Conditions still good. Good conditions to play footy in. 20 degrees, just under 20 degrees, 19.8 degrees as we speak. Swirly conditions though, that's the only issue, and a little bit overcast, which is fine. You don't want it too bright and sunny, of course, particularly for the forwards when they're charging out to take a grab. But yeah, slightly overcast and slightly breezy. The breeze favouring still the left of screen, sort of coming from the right forward pocket for this Port Adelaide this quarter and going to the left of screen. Angus Monfries and also John Butcher, great to see them get a run. They have started this second half for Port Adelaide. Back at the centre, umpire calls play on, could have recalled it. Lobie got it down to Hartlett. Well done there by Jonas, but he got buffeted off the football. Look at that, they're in there. Port first into the football, trying to smash the Sharon out so he doesn't get caught holding the ball. In go the Sydney Swans. Nicely done there by Jetta. Got it from Kennedy. Gives it to that man in Jack. Pumps it deep inside 50. Good's the target. Did he take the mark? Umpire said play on. Broadbent. Short. Cooley to Trengove. And Trengove gives it to Pittard. Pittard with kick number 12, or possession number 12. Not great though. The turnover, it pitched in front of Mitchell, and Shaw cleaned it up as nicely as you like and found Adam Goods some 30 metres out on a 45-degree angle for the perfect start in the second half of the Swans. So Port Adelaide just a little bit sloppy coming out of defence there. Goods, he kicked one in the first quarter. Similar position actually, in terms of, in the second quarter, should I say, he kicked the goal, but down the other end, just that same sort of position, 25 metres out. The umpire goes dancing, but he's got it. He's got it. Sydney have kicked 5-7-37, trailing Port Adelaide 7-5-47. That's Good's second goal, and he has had an influence over this game in terms of possessions as well. That's his sixth kick, and he's had 8 handballs as well. So good start to the second half. Sydney kicking with the agency of a 2-goal breeze. They trail by 10 points a minute and a half into this third quarter. So Lobie up against Mumford. Once again, the umpire smashes that ball into the turf, gets it up. Mumford wins it only down to Brad Ebert. Bit of ping-pong there, aerial style. Kennedy's won the football. Spirals it inside 50. Pack of players. Reads underneath. Oh, good courage by Trengove, and well judged too. Great mark on his chest at centre-half back for the power. So Trengove, short. Oh, not great. Turnover again here. Jack got it, or Hanbury it was, to Kennedy. Goes in short. McVeigh, the one with the bald scone. 2 kicks from goal. But he should thump it in. Kicks it in short, looking for Reid. Half follows it, clean bowls him, lost his middle stump. Out the back is McGlynn, shovels it back to Reid. Reid gives it to O'Keefe, and O'Keefe has missed it. So, a good build-up. Plenty of method there for Sydney, and they look a lot sharper at the start of this second quarter. They are 5-8-38, Port Adelaide 7-5-47. Very early stages of this third quarter. So Pittard clears the defensive 50. Big pack of players. Butcher flew. Ball spilled at the back to Hartlett. He's normally very clean with his disposal. That held up in the breeze. Thumped forward by Rampy. Now Sydney have got the footy. Here they go again through Jack. Jack pitches the ball in front of Jetta. Jetta by hand. Oh, that was a loose handball. He had a real opportunity there. Now the turnover. Port Adelaide have got it. Heath gave it to Westhoff. Kicks it towards big Johnny Butcher wearing the new number 11 Guernsey. But that beats him, and there'll be a boundary throw-in out of side. Port Adelaide leading by 9 points. Swirly conditions here at Amy Stadium. I hope you're enjoying our coverage here on PTV. As I always say, check out the Port Adelaide website, portadelaidefc.com.au, for all your information concerning Port Adelaide over what we're hoping to be a very, very exciting 2013. Trengove, volleyball style, bangs it towards the boundary line, and the ball just runs out and eludes Adam Goods. Boundary throw-in 75 metres around from the Sydney goal. They've done all the attacking this quarter, kicking with the agency of this swirling breeze. Look at that ball just swirl back towards that Sydney goal. In fact, the umpire has seen an infringement, and it will go to Lobie. So Lobie won a bit of the football. This is his 5th kick. He's had 4 kicks, 4 handballs. So possession number 9. Tumbles it forward. Oh, that was a Big collision there on the outer side. The ball fell forward and Travis Boak made the Sydney player earn that football. So it plays on quickly to Malcheski, kicks inside 50. Big pack of players, the ball spills over the back. Goods, the magic man, gives it to McLean, overran the footy. Well done there by Jonas, pointed. The ball got dropped though, crashing in surely. Heath got one high, umpire says play on. Ball goes forward to Reed. Mumford tries to find room to White, squeezes, was it touched? No, it wasn't. It's another one to the Swans. So they've kicked the first two of this second quarter and got off to a flyer. 6-8-44, now trailing Port Adelaide 7-5-47, a margin of 3 points. 5 minutes into this third quarter, should I say, as the sun breaks clear here at Amy Stadium. So with these swirly conditions, Sydney will be probably looking to try and get a 2 or 3 goal lead, ideally, at three-quarter time, because that appears to be the scoring end. The ball carrying a lot further down that end. Of course, Port Adelaide enjoyed a very good second quarter, kicking the ball down to that end. Angus Monfree's crashed in. Good to see he's recovered from that hamstring injury. Overran the footy. And there'll be a ball up, a secondary ball up, just forward of centre for Port Adelaide. A big pack of players around the ball. White down, squirted forward by Port Adelaide. Thomas pushed forward in the tackle. Umpire said play on. Gus Monfries has got it. He chips it. It's got a bounce in the goal square. Didn't get a favourable bounce, and the ball just trickles over the boundary line, and there'll be a boundary throw in, only 2 or 3 metres around from the point post. Good to see Angus Monfries getting his hands on the Sharon. So the ball spins back into play. Lobe, double palm down, only as far as Malcheski, kicks on his non-preferred right foot out towards former Sydney player in Campbell Heath. That ball eludes him and it trickles over the boundary line. A boundary throw-in in front of that old scoreboard here at Amy Stadium. That scoreboard got installed in 1977, would you believe? I've been around for a long, long time, that old scoreboard. 3 years after Amy Stadium, or Football Park, first opened. The ball goes forward. Big mark by Westhoff, the bearded man, over the top to Carlisle. Finds Lewis Stevenson. He plays on quickly. They want to be brave here, Port Adelaide. Chips forward. Butcher meets it head on. Good spun out of a tackle. Did very well to Grundy. Grundy to Jetta. Jetta to Kennedy. 65 metres out. No one really to kick to. So cleverly tries to find the boundary line. It mightn't make it. In fact, it won't. Pittard lopes after the football. Picks it up. Handballs with his right hand to Jonas into that dangerous area. He gives it though to Moore. Well done, Port Adelaide. It's courageous. Back to the player in Stevenson. Now Butcher. Oh, just got a B-grade bounce. Boak did well. Good handball over the top. Won the free kick. Well done to the skipper. So Boak will take the free kick. Proudly wearing the number 1 Guernsey, as is Port Adelaide's tradition for the captain. Short to hard man in Thomas. Good to see Matty Thomas back in the side as well. Had a little bit of hamstring cramping, I think, against Melbourne. Didn't play last week, but great to see him back. He tumble punched that full. That's going to be a finger breaker. In fact, it goes out of bounds on the full, and Malcheski will take the relieving kick for Sydney. Now they'll try and switch it. Kicks it across goal to O'Keefe. O'Keefe will then in turn try and find Bird. Bird's got plenty of space. So Bird plays on quickly to Reed. Now they're open. Now Jack should be the next link in the chain. Jack's going to mark it. It should not want to just pitch in front of him. He's got it 45 out, hemmed in. Oh, may have done a little bit better there, Sydney, given the numbers they had. But there'll be a boundary throw-in 48 metres around from their goal. They trail by 3 points 9 minutes into this third quarter. So the ball spins and get held up in that breeze again. Sydney player threw his head back like he got one high, but the umpire said, no, I'm not going to fall for that. And there'll be a ball up in bright sunshine now here at Amy Stadium, 45 metres around from the Sydney goal. Vocal crowd, good crowd, probably 3,000 or 4,000 here, all inside the members stand. Really enjoying what they're seeing so far. It's been a great contest. Bolton can't get the ball to boot. Back to O'Keefe from Hanbury. Goods! Doesn't take the mark. Well done by Westhoff. It was a 2-on-1. Port Adelaide had the numbers. Stevenson plays on. Normally recommend his kick highly. Well done by Butcher. Surely chopping of the arms, and the umpire says yes. And John Butcher will have his first kick for Port Adelaide this season. Great to see. So John Butcher changed numbers, of course, from number 32 at the end of last year to Scott Hodges' old number 11. Gee whiz, if he has half the career of the great Scotty, would be very, very pleased and excited. Nick Smith took the mark there for Sydney, short to Matner. Matner half volleyed it and then gave it on the up to Parker. Parker short. O'Keefe, part of that magnificent Sydney Swans midfield, tough as you like, kicks it out wide to Grundy. Look at those wheels. I'm not sure what's brighter, his wheels or the umpire's uniform. Both extremely iridescent. Malcheski goes in short, finds big Mumford, far too far out to score, gives it to Malcheski again. Oh, good smother by Trengove. He's done that a number of times today. Good pressure, that little 1%er. Broadbent jams on the boot. Armstrong camped and takes the mark. And a good mark there by Armstrong with pressure building. Matner, they're away here, Sydney. They are away here. Walsh has got it. Kicks inside. Awkward mongrel kick. Westhoff should escort that. Just escort it over the boundary line. And he does. And there will be a boundary throw in about 5 metres around from the Sydney goal. 11 minutes gone the third quarter. Let's check the scoreboard. Port Adelaide 47. Haven't scored this quarter into the breeze. Leading Sydney 44. So palm down. Players trying to get in there. Someone socket off the ground for Sydney. In goes that player in Hannabury. Out the back is O'Keefe. What will he try and do? He's going to go on the right foot. He's got to snap a point. So found some space where there was none. A good effort. And Sydney move on now to 6-9-45. Trailing Port Adelaide 7-5-47. Clearly the scoring end. So Stevenson kicks to himself. Kicks wide. Looking for a player out there in Daniel Stewart. He wasn't infringed, and there'll be a boundary throw in left half back for Port Adelaide. So Redden up against Mumford. Mumford wins the tap quite convincingly to McVeigh. McVeigh jams it. Looks for Kennedy. And Campbell Heath spawls it over the boundary line. So there'll be another boundary throw in. The ball tends to be pushed over that side of the ground today with the prevailing breeze. So Redden again will lock horns with Mumford. Wrestling. Redden front spot. O'Keefe jams on the boot. Westhoff in position A and takes the mark. And we'll try and move this football on quickly, running it into the breeze. He handballs to Ebert. Ebert got closed down very quickly. O'Shea down the boundary line. That will be his best friend, the boundary line. Tony Armstrong can't quite get there for Sydney. And there'll be a boundary throw in 90 metres away from this Sydney goal. So things have tightened up. Pleasant conditions temperature-wise here in Amy Stadium, as I've pointed out. It's not too hot, 20 degrees, but it is quite blustery. Oh, great hands there by Parker. Gave it to Jetta, to McVeigh on the non-preferred left foot. Hot spot, big pack of players. Ball spills free. Well done, Colquhoun. Freed the hands. McVeigh crashes through. What's happened here? Goes back towards Trengove, and Trengove takes the football and gives it to Jonas and says, I don't want to have anything to do with it. I'm just going to kick it out here. And it's a race on. Armstrong's got it. Goes in short. And plenty of poise. And the mark has been taken there by Kieran Jack, I think it is. There's a lot of those Sydney, excuse me for Sydney supporters, but the ball, he's a long way away from me in my commentary position here at the moment. I think it is Jack. We'll soon find out, though. The most important thing for Sydney supporters is that he kicks a goal. He's 51 metres out. In fact, I take that back. It's Hannabury, of course. Drop punt on its way and through for a minor score. So the Sydney Swans eke out this deficit to 1 point now. 6-10-46 to Port Adelaide 7-5-47. We're midway through this third quarter. Kicks to the outer side. Corns roves it really well. Handballs back to Colquhoun, trying to go the corridor or back into that attacking space. Westhoff now kicks though towards the boundary line. That ball is held up like it hit a brick wall. Handball over the top. Matner's got it. Ducks, props, weaves, chips in short. Collision. No. Well, there was one. I thought it was coming. In goes a Sydney player. Out goes a Sydney player. Young got hands to Brad Ebert. Brad Ebert to Cahoon. Cahoon bought some space. Like he had none there, but he bought it. And Heath Grundy, the man with the green iridescent size 14s, takes the mark. Goes in short. Little bit of a turnover there. Walsh has got it. Back towards a Sydney teammate. And this is good method. Mark, half forward flank, kicks in short. Ebert got the palm onto it. Trengo tried to get his body behind it. Crashing through is Brad Ebert again. Good handball to Thomas. Thomas gives it back to Young. Young concedes some ground to Cahoon. He pushes the ball inside the breeze, and a nice mark there by Monfries. Great to see him back in action. Takes a bounce, the former Bomber. Tries to buy some space. Does buy some space. Handball to Thomas. He got an off break. That was like facing a spinner over there in India at the moment. That was like facing Harbhajan. But he got the free kick and 50. Well, I'm not sure entirely what the free kick for, but clearly the 50 was for remonstrating, and Matt Thomas will have a chance to score Port Adelaide's first score for this quarter, and hopefully it's a full score. So the field umpire takes Matner back within 12 metres or so of goal, so Thomas will kick from about 15, 16 metres out. Very slight angle. Not a huge goal scorer, but really should kick this. Drop punt, on its way, bang. Looks good. Good steadier for Port Adelaide. That's their 8th. They move on to 8-5-53, leading the Sydney Swans 6-10-46, a margin of 7 points. Just a tick over halfway through this third quarter in this trial game this afternoon here at Amy Stadium. Back in the centre, Lobie, like a cage line against Mumford. Mumford wins it down. Well done there. Lobie trying to win the football out. Good interception by Malcheski to Armstrong to Matner, running off half-back. Beautiful kick. Superb kick. And I think he's found Andreas Everett. He has. Pumps an inside 50. Big pack of play. Reed in the box seat. Doesn't take the mark. Well done by Bolton. Hands it off. And as easy as you like, I think Hanbury has squirted that one through. Or was it Jack? Someone's got the goal for Sydney. That is the main thing. Great football. Gee, quick hands by Bolton. And Sydney are now back within a point. Port Adelaide 8-5-53, leading Sydney 7-10-52. 17 and a half minutes gone into this third quarter. So the ball back in the centre for Port Adelaide. In the centre, Lobie, of course, rucking. Broadbent, Boak and Moore in there for the Sydney Swans. It's Kennedy, Jack and Hanbury in there as well. So Lobie gets it down. Hanbury's won the football. That's Parker, sorry. Well done there by Trengove. Geez, he got collected. What courage. A terrific mark. And Port Adelaide supporters love it. Gives it to Mitchell. They love him too. The rookie listed player. The ball gets transferred out to Thomas. That's a good mark. True centre wing. The goal scorer for Port Adelaide only a couple of minutes ago. So he's got it. Centre wing. Looks for Mitchell. Yes, that's not going to... When you're 5'1" and you're up against 6'8" player and Everett, that is not good. No, Mitchell is a little bit bigger than 5'1", but well done by Matner. Look, he's crashed through. Now, has he been caught with a footy? Umpire will stop, prop, and swing the arms. Gone. Holding the ball. He did try and take on the tackler. Brad Ebert's got the free kick. Kicks towards the 50-metre line. Was it downfield? It was. It was downfield. I think he got filled just after he kicked the football. So Big Johnny Butcher will take the free kick. No, he won't. He'll give it to Stewart. Stewart was the player closest to where the ball would have landed. So Stewart's going to take the free kick. We saw him kick from this range in the first quarter and just failed to make the distance. I don't like his chances from here. He's normally a lovely kick. He's 52-80. In fact, he just props it in short to Hartley cleverly. Hartlett got well spoilt, though, by the Sydney player. Hamish is asking whether there was any frontal contact. Umpire said, no, there wasn't, and there will be a boundary throw-in 6 metres around from the Port Adelaide behind post. They lead by the barest at margins, 1 point. Well done to Mumford, gets it down to Kennedy, spirals it towards this grandstand side. Nicely read by Jonas, in short to Heath. So Heath's got it. He'll kick back to Pittard. Now Pittard will try and take it on quickly. Goes in short to Kane Corns. Now they want to bring it back through the centre area. Calhoun gives him a lead. Gives him another lead, and Kane Corns honours it. Was he infringed? Chopping in the arms, I would have thought. And the umpire said yes. And a free kick there to this young lad who has had a great pre-season, Sammy Calhoun. Gives it back to where he got it from effectively. Pittard's got it. Centre wing. Bright sunshine now here at Amy Stadium. Pittard plays on. Runs his full distance. Kicks inside 50. Huge pack of players. Montfree's made a contest, which is what all you can ask for. Crashing in. Umpire says, I'll have it. And there will be a ball up about 20 metres around from the Port Adelaide goal. About 10 minutes left in this third quarter. And it's been a very, very competitive game from the opening siren. Not much between these two sides. Lobie only as far as Walsh, but his blind kick is marked by Calhoun. And Rishaw will stand the mark 45 out. Calhoun will kick from around about 48, 49 metres. And this will be a very, very important kick in the scheme of things. He's got neat skills, Calhoun, but I'm not sure. It's just hard to judge this breeze today, whether he's going to get the journey. He's going to have to kick it as good as he can. 48 out. That is a beautiful kick off the boot, but it's just been caught by the breeze. He's just strained that extra distance and dragged it for a minor score to extend Port Adelaide's lead to 2 points. So Armstrong, very short to Grundy. Grundy in short as well. Neat skills. Finds Shaw. Goes through the corridor. They've opened him up a little bit here. Everett's got it. Sent half back for Sydney. This is the important one. Port Adelaide zoning back a little bit. Kicks wide. Courage needed. This is unbelievable by Smith, but well done by Redden, who came off the bench. Great mark. Plays on quickly. Thomas at the back. Tries to trap the football. Mitchell's got it. The man with the flowing locks. Will it bounce through? I think it will. Oh, it does. Give the big assist to Redden, though. Didn't take his eyes off the football. Nick Smith was going one way. Redden was... Love him. They love the way he goes about it. And he has kicked another one. And Port Adelaide have bounced back in this quarter. And bounced back in a big, big way. Listen to the roar from the crowd as Kane Mitchell sprints off the arena. Let's check that scoreboard. We're all excited. Port 10-6-66. Leading Sydney 7-10-52. A margin of 14 points. And effectively back to the same margin it was at half-time. Port Adelaide have responded and responded very well in this third quarter. So back in the centre, exciting stuff. Redden down, well sharked though there by the Sydney player. I've just got my eye on the umpire. The umpire said there was an infringement against Jack, and he will take the free kick. Just coming up, stretching his leg a little bit, but he looks fine. Shorts it, finds Walsh. Walsh has got time to move and play on. Drop punts it long towards Goods. Oh, brilliant mark. He just snatched it out of Westhoff's hands, and Goods has taken the mark on a 45-degree angle, about 45 metres out. It'll take some kick, though, because conditions have been very difficult to kick goals from this sort of area today. He's already kicked 2, the champion. Dual Brownlow medalist will kick from just inside the paint. Drop punt on its way, and it sprays it across goal. Big Reddens there, brings it down. Heath will give it on the up to Pittard. Now Pittard's got it, gives it in short to Young. Good contest. Well done by Sydney, trying to create some forward pressure. Ball comes out though towards Broadbent. Nice chest mark out of side. Courage running back with a fly to the ball, left half back for Port Adelaide. He plays on, approaching three-quarter time. Kicks in long, huge fly. Well done by Kane Corns. He won the football. Handballed, smothered there by Hartlett, and there'll be a boundary throw-in out of side. About 4.5 minutes left of this third quarter. Port Adelaide 10-6-66, leading Sydney 7-10-52. Daniel Norton with you here on PTV. I trust you're enjoying our replay from Amy Stadium. Boundary throw-in. Redden up against White. Ball spills free. Hanbury shovels. Gets it out. Well played there. Creates some space. Young player in Rampy kicks it forward towards Goods, and he just shoved Jonas over the line. And Jonas, great experience for him today as well to play on a champion of Adam Goods. Tommy Jonas had some really important roles over the last couple of years. Stood Luke Hodge at the MCG on his debut. Stood Stevie Johnson last year down at Simmons Stadium. Really good learning for him, and playing on Adam Goods again today here at Amy Stadium will mature him as a footballer, no question, playing on such a champion. Westhoff, meantime, has got the ball. Boak, he just keeps running and running. Handball to Pittard. He made his way through there like a knife through butter. Over the top to Young. Young to Thomas. Now, Daniel Stewart's all on his own. Handball over the top. Stewie's got to bend the big size 6'8" frame and snap it around the body for a goal. Good football, great team football, great vision by Matt Thomas. The handball wasn't perfect, but it still just set up nicely for Daniel Stewart. And the big number 43 bangs through his first for the afternoon. He's been competitive, he's competed well, and now he extends Port Adelaide's lead to a very, very handy 20 points, 3 minutes shy of three-quarter time, 11-6-72, leading Sydney 7-10-52. Bearing in mind, Port Adelaide will kick with the agency of this breeze in the last quarter. So back in the centre, Redden up against Mumford. Mumford gets it down to McVeigh. Port Adelaide have done well recently. They've just really won the ascendancy back in this contest. However, McGlynn says, I'll do something about that. 55 metres out, and he has got it. Great response there by Sydney. They're still alive. They're not the premiers for nothing. They've got an unbelievable culture, and they will keep coming. Sydney 8-10-58. Trailing Port Adelaide 11-6-72. Magnificent work out of the centre there by the Swans, and McGlynn finishing with a beautiful kick from 55 metres out towards the northern end here at Amy Stadium. So back in the centre. Umpire bangs the ball into the turf. Well done there by Mumford to McVeigh to Jack. Here they go again. Spirals it forward. Goods, the danger man, will fly. Well done by Jonas. Brought the ball down and then won the football. Got slung out of it like a rag doll though. Sydney have got the football. Mumford gives it back to Malcheski. He jams it. Jetta's on his own and takes the mark. 30 metres out, directly in front. Just snuck out the back of the contest there, Jetta, and then read the ball beautifully. And for a man of his skills, I'm saying that, I think he kicked 17 points straight in his AFL career before he kicked the major, but he is as silky as you can get. Blistering pace, great skills, right foot drop punt, 30 out, goal. Touched! Well, touched by the man on the mark, so got too close to the man on the mark, and that was obviously pretty clear. No remonstrating from the Sydney players. So Heath plays on. Port Adelaide leading by 13 points. 45 seconds before the three-quarter time siren. Boak. The clock continues to run. Ball spills, free umpires just blew the whistle before that and said, I'll have it. And he'll ball the ball down at 52 metres out. In fact, throw it up from the Sydney goal. Lobie gets his hands to the football. In goes the Sydney player. I thought he was taken high, and he was. And so he'll take the free kick, and the mark will be 52 metres out from goal. McVeigh's going to take it. There's 15 seconds left in this third quarter. Do the Swans need a goal? He's going to have to bang it in. This is their one chance. They need a grab. Who's there? Big pack of players. Reed flew at the back. I think he's got it. He has. Oh, Sydney's still alive. That'll be three-quarter time. Surely. There it is. So a very, very important goal. Sydney getting 2 late goals, and they draw within 7 points at three-quarter time. Let's check the scoreboard. Port Adelaide 11-6-72, leading Sydney 9-11-65. Outstanding work there by the Sydney player and the Sydney side to get 2 late goals. So a margin of 7 points. Let's have a look at the major goal scorers. For Port Adelaide, Travis Boak and Kane Mitchell, both 2 goals apiece. While for the Sydney Swans, Jude Bolton and Adam Goods, 2 goals apiece as well. Three-quarter time. Trust you're enjoying our coverage this afternoon. The replay of the game here on PTV. Let's check that score as we go to three-quarter time. Port Adelaide 72, leading the Sydney Swans 65, a margin of 7 points. Looking forward to a very, very exciting last quarter coming up very soon.